Welcome to the Gransberry Chronicles divisional playoff round of Pick'em. I'm your girl, the Gransberry, and tonight we got a little mix up. We got my boy D Jones on the left, and we got my boy Coach Pat on the right. He free of his MLK entanglement. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you got to check out his video. He was almost face to face with a player. But he kept his calm. All right. I saw you, coach. I saw you.
Like, what are you doing?
What you doing? But it was what it was. But anyway, welcome everybody. And look, last weekend was called Super Wildcard Weekend, which is really crazy, right? Because they added a game on Monday and then changed the name to Super Wildcard Weekend when it's still just Wildcard Weekend. But
they added two more teams too when they
added two more teams, but your number ones don't play that week, so you didn't really have another game.
Well, it wasn't a regular Wildcard Weekend. Now it's super.
Well, super, but it lived up to the hype. We saw one quarterback get his first shot in the playoffs and, 4 turnovers and 4 touchdowns. It's just storybook. And then we saw one who got so many rings, he almost got a ring for each finger, but he couldn't find the end zone. So, hey, it was a really interesting weekend. Shout out to all our winners. Jacksonville, of course, put the stunner on the Chargers. Of course, the 49ers won their matchup. And hey, the Giants were the big Giants in Minnesota. And we kind of talked about that. We said it depended on which Kirk Cousins showed up. And that last play at the end of the game,
hold on. I ain't no Kirk Cousins fan, but I'm not going to let you put this all on Kirk. That defense couldn't stop a nosebleed.
I wasn't even going there from that standpoint.
The third down play was a drop. Bro, that was the first down. That should have been a first down.
Get off the offense. Get off the offense, period.
The offense did their job. They put up points.
Turtle, nosebleed, ostrich. Yep.
Dude,
hey, I'm having a flashback.
Pinch him or something.
Chaotic. It's so many different arguments going. And guess what? I wasn't even against your argument, coach, or yours, D. Jones. Yeah. I was actually going to say the last play just reminded me so much of being a Texans fan when you be like, it's 3rd and 7, and you run a play that gets you 3rd and 3. And then you be like, who is calling that play? So I wasn't even on Kirk. I'm just like, man, it just sent me into a flashback. But actually, Gonzalez, we did. What's up, Gonzalez? I think we all did. We picked Vikings at home.
He calling us out on everything.
Hey, you can call us out.
Call
and you know what, Gonzalez? You can call us out along with all your loudmouth Cowboy fans because a lot of them didn't pick their own team. They wanted to win. They prayed to win. They hoped to win. But they wouldn't go on the record to say they would win because they were afraid of Brady. And I can pull the screenshots during the game when they were still afraid of what Brady could do to them in the second half. They didn't feel confident that they were going to win the game until the fourth quarter.
Well, that's why they was mad. They was mad at their kicker for missing them extra points because they was like, "Oh, Brady, and the league want Brady to win."
At the end of the day, everybody has an opinion on two teams, and somebody gonna be right and somebody gonna be wrong.
For sure.
So I live by. I picked against them because I picked Brady. Y'all act like we picked Mac Jones to beat the Cowboys. I mean.
Well, we also gave them their credit. We said both of those games, the Minnesota and Giants game and the Dallas and Tampa game was going to be really close. We said either team could win. We went with the team that was favored.
And
I think Dallas was favored, but
I think nobody, and I'm gonna repeat, nobody expected a blowout. So you could just kill all the noise with your hype and you feel good.
You jumping on Dallas. He wanted to.
I
know that energy was for all the other ones though.
No, I'm not Gonzalez to pull the receipts on you. Right over. I got mad receipts, and I told them it's on YouTube. Pull up the shows. We record live, all of them. Press. I did specifically say no blowout, but find me somebody that said they thought it was going to be a blowout, and I'll find you a liar, and they probably a Leo. Oh, but we're gonna move on. That's right. It's time to go.
Nope, that ain't me.
Girl,
Kevin, you
Kevin,
you showed up this week after the win. We did not see you on the show last week. Kevin Holland trying to be in the comments talking about he said a blowout. He must have, and that he a lying Leo. He one of them Leos. So see, as soon as I say lying Leo, they show up. Hey,
Team Pisces.
Hey, I knew it. Yes, Gonzalez is right. Gonzalez said we went with what we thought would be the odds, and that's true. But we didn't think. I never thought the Cowboys would get blown out either. So it's not like we thought.
Gonna pick Brady. No, we just wasn't gonna pick Brady.
And now Tampa done fired the whole offensive staff.
And that's doing too much. Just like the people who are discounting the Cowboys win, saying that Tampa sucks. It was a such and such team. It don't matter. It was a playoff team. Last time I checked, the Giants have always won their last 2 Super Bowls, being the wild card team. So it has never been proven that you got to have the best record to win the big game. So it is what it is. And you could call me a Leo hater, lover, disturber, or whatever. It is what it is, Kevin. And with that, we should get into these divisional games. I'm truly looking forward to it.
Energy is on a high tonight.
It's on a high. It's on a high.
Blurry screen and all, yeah.
It's getting started.
Because I feel so good. We're getting closer to Arizona. The vibe is getting stronger. I'm hoping. Okay, I'm not gonna mention what I'm hoping. I'm gonna mention that later. Let's get to game 1. Game 1 gives us the top of the seeding to the bottom of the seeding. So we got KC versus Jacksonville. Who probably should be getting on some hot seats was the Chargers, because not to go into the game too much, but last week, one of the biggest things that I think people who may not really watch AFC teams, and especially West Coast teams as much because, of the time difference and when they play, people probably didn't really know that, they already had lost their starting tackle. And so the backup tackle was already, he had been playing. And in the first half of the game, they lost their backup tackle. And
dislocated knee.
So then the right tackle, the third string guy, basically had to come in, switch sides, a side he does not play. And, these games are on video. You can check. From that point, they were not able to run the ball or consecutively get first downs. It really, really threw it off. And I know everybody's like, oh, but, you have to change up guards and tackles all the time. Yeah, if they got good footwork. Yeah, if they consistently been ready for the hype. I just said it was going to change the offense. I didn't know it would be that drastic. And so for me, and they also lost a weapon in the first half right after that. So that last field goal they kicked, they couldn't even get the first downs they needed, because by that point, they were already down 2 starters on the offense. Now, that doesn't mean Jacksonville still didn't put on a hell of a show and Lawrence put on a hell of a comeback. But at that point, they needed coaching to keep them convinced in the head, and coaching to design the right plays that would help them with their weaknesses. Because you can't have it to the point where you can't throw the ball at all and you don't have enough coverage to run. You're not playing football at that point. If both are failing, you're not playing football. So and that's no discount to Jacksonville's amazing defensive half that they put together. But I'm saying at that point, the offense should have noticed. You're looking at, you keep 3 and out. At some point, change something. Okay.
Right.
So with that in mind, I don't give them much this week in KC. Considering that KC is the last place I visited for a playoff game for my team, and it was the most drastic game to ever see. There's nothing score-wise that would convince me that Jacksonville could pull this one off, absent no Mahomes. So for me, it's Mahomes because Mahomes can throw to a turtle and score a touchdown. So at that point, I'm going with the Chiefs. Coach?
We're in Kansas City, and Andy Reid is coaching against. Oh Lord, Andy Reid is coaching against one of his right. Andy Reid is coaching against one of his former assistant coaches, and then on top of that, you got Mahomes versus Lawrence. I'm going to take Mahomes with this one with all the weapons he has. I just don't see them covering Kelsey. I know Hardeman is supposed to be out, but they always find a way. Kelsey getting open. A turtle. Hey, I will go for turtle. KC Turtles for the win.
Turtles. So I got top analysis on this one.
Okay.
KC is better than Jacksonville. KC win.
Well, I mean, and Mr. Conley, back to the water joke. You just don't know. In pre-production, we was having this discussion about your girl over here sticking to her water. Shout out to all the good day only crew folks who've been sticking with the challenges, and we've been trying to do one day this week with all water. And I'm sitting right here. I got this water right in my hand, so every sip counts. Drip, drip. Later on, drip, drip. You'll catch that later if you've been following me. So anyway, Bosa for the win. Jacksonville took his mojo and will use it against KC. Okay. Whatever you feel about that, but KC.
Was that offense? Was he offside?
Hey, but Kevin, since you're watching and we're reading your comments, at the end of the day, you like that comment about he could throw to a turtle, because y'all know he could throw to a turtle and find a touchdown. I just believe it. That turtle be going like this, trying to catch the ball, but he gonna catch it because Patrick gonna put it right there. All right. Anyway, let's move on to the
KC
next game.
Turtles.
Hey, whatever they need to be to find a win. Next game up, it's a divisional game in the divisional round. Gotta love it. It's the Giants versus the Eagles, and so it's time for Hurts to put on Shining Under the Lights. And of course, we got our fan favorite who supports the show. Todd is with his Giants. He's the oddest fan that I've ever met in my life. He is, and I haven't met him in person, so I shouldn't say met in life, that I associate with in the social media world, because he is a Giants fan and a Dodgers fan. Gotta love it. And I would say maybe you was a Dodgers fan when they was in New York, but who knows? Whatever. With that being said, I'm still going to go with Hurts. I'm glad for the Giants. I don't think they got a fluke win. I think it's great for, Mac Jones. And, people were watching the game and talking about how Mac Jones was moving around. And that tells me they hadn't been watching the Giants all season, because we've been talking about his leg movement and how he will sprint when necessary and take off on you. So I don't know why people were surprised that he was rushing last week.
Daniel Jones.
Coach got his hands up.
Mac Jones runs like a turtle.
Daniel Jones. You know who she's talking about. Daniel Jones.
You know who she's talking about. Saying Mac?
Yes, you can say.
Oh Lord,
that's why I raised my hand. That's why I raised.
Of course, I know which Jones is which. I'm so sorry, Daniel. Maybe I wanted macaroni and cheese, but I surely wasn't trying to make you a patriot. My bad. So Daniel has had legs all season. Turtle or not, them legs be moving. So he got several first downs. Hell, he was the top rusher. I don't know about Danny Dimes, Todd. I think you're doing too much. I want you to be confident in your team this week, but Danny Dimes is giving him too much. And Conley is calling this a field goal game. Coach, how you feel about that?
I'm going with Philly on this one. about 2 or 3 field goals. So no, 2 or 3 field goals.
Wait.
My boy say 2 or 3 field goals. How you gonna force this to be a field goal game by adding 3 of them?
You segue.
No, because 2 would still make it a 1 possession game. But once you say or 3, we done moved the line. So that's just a win.
Okay. So no, but I mean, from that aspect of it, it's like, D Jones has preached to us saying that division games are what they are. They're division games. They're gonna be tough. They're gonna be battle. And I haven't seen the Giants actually quit in the middle of a game. And Philly may have gotten a little bit of their mojo back, playing Hurts and things like that. But I'm going with Philly with this one. I'm going Team Hurts simply because the team Hurts by field goals.
I want to hedge my pick. Can I hedge my pick?
Yes.
It's contingent on if Hurts is 100%. I'm riding with Philly. I mean, but this is going to be a dogfight of a game.
I don't think he's going to be 100. I just think he's going to play because he got to.
And it's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Because Thibodeau on them coming.
If he's not 95%, then it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. So
I think he's going to be about 75, 80.
So Philly was my pick to go to the Super Bowl. So I'm a ride with my pick to go to the Super Bowl with Philly. But the way that the Giants are coached and the way that they play, running the ball, I don't see Daniel Jones getting all them running yards this week.
We still got Barkley.
But that Saquon's gonna be a problem. But man, I'm telling you, I really don't feel good about this pick anymore because I think it really depends on if how hurt Hurts is. But I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna go with Philly on this one. But I might go on the app and change my.
It's also gonna come down to Sanders and the running backs that Philly. We know Barkley's gonna be in their running game, but how is Philly gonna put their combination or their trio of running backs into the game plan?
But what Hurts brings to the table is so vital.
Right. No, I'm just saying that, because they're going to be protective of Hurts' shoulder. We know that's going to be bottom line. But what I'm saying is, as far as the second half, it just depends on how the game is going to be called based on what happens in the first half. If in the first half he's there, I don't want to say him. There's or running
on computer love on us.
Doing that part. No.
We lost a little bit
use
doing
computer
that.
love on us.
So computer love. Somebody must have been fidgeting over there. But that's fine. But here's the thing, and we're gonna show the comments. All of the Cowboys fans, y'all putting way too much energy into the Giants because y'all want a home game. That's why y'all want Philly to lose. So y'all can hope to beat the 49ers. And play at home.
We got to get to.
No, but wait, I'm gonna put the comments up because Curtis is talking about a such thing as rust, which is why they had him play last week. I mean, week 18, so he could get some of that off and then get a little bit more rest. And I'm gonna be clear about something. Even in the games that the Eagles lost while he wasn't playing, they were in those games, and Hurts would have been the difference. And as far as much as you would like to, and I'm specifically talking to you that are on here, the ones who are commenting, for as much as you would like to talk about what Hurts is and isn't for this weekend, we could say the same about Dak, because what the hell was week 18?
Well, we ain't got that yet.
No, we haven't got there yet.
I feel you.
So my point is, I want y'all to really give me a good opinion of how you see the game and not just what you want. Okay? Because that's what you could.
That could be.
It could be, but the Russ comment.
What they're saying is not wrong, though. I don't, and I don't have no dog in this fight. What they're saying is true. So I'll give them that. I don't think it's an emotional thing that they're saying. What they're saying is very true. Just like I said,
it's emotional to say we want them to lose because we don't want them to have back-to-back.
I'm talking about the rust. I'm talking about the rust part. The rust and some of the other things that they're saying is true, and that's what concerns me. Because even though Jalen played that last week, it's the way he played the last week. He played very cautious. He didn't play his game. So if that's how they're going to play him, if that's what they're gonna do, they're gonna lose this game.
That was the point I was going into.
And that's fair.
They're gonna be cautious in the first half to kind of jab it out to see what they can jab. But then in the second half, you ain't gonna have no choice but to put that in the game plan, depending on what the score what is.
You can't even break it down by halves because you can't get in a hole.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't think you can turn it into a half game. You
got to play or play. Is he injured or is you hurt? You can play hurt.
And so Todd, Todd, back to that. I don't think the Giants D-line is underrated at all. I think they had a great showing last week. You know, and when you watch us, we don't never discount your line. Now, I used to be concerned about who was Jones going to throw to, but y'all saw that, right? That used to be the only thing we said about the Giants.
Oh, it's still a concern. Yeah.
And it was the consistency of Jones. It was never the D-line. We thought y'all had the defense. And you know that because I used to be like, well, who y'all going to throw the ball to? And you would just be typing away, trying to name all the people on offense that he would have as a weapon.
That nobody else knew other than
we never came for the defense. Once again, I want a good game. You know, we've had a blowout each day per se, really, because of the way it was a 3 day. So we didn't have one each day, but you know my point. But we've also had really good football games down to field goal games. So it hasn't been as magical as last year, but I think it's, the excitement is still there for the teams that are still in it. And I want to say shout out to my girl Kels. She is headed to San Fran to see her team again. It feels so good to see one of my sisters getting it in like that because, she joined me on one of my basketball trips for the first time to see her Lakers on the road. And now she is tracking from Florida to Cali to see her team take on San Fran this weekend. She is a diehard Cowboys fan. She's amazing. She went to Tampa this past weekend too. She is living a dream. And so y'all need to have that same energy as well. And Kevin, for once, yes, you can. You can definitely root for Hurts and still want Philly to lose. And I know why, because you're from PV and you know better. You got to still root for Hurts because we all love our boy D-Walt, and that's his nephew. So yes, but you can still say all that. And I can agree with you on the Eagles D being suspect. That's a valid comment too. What I just didn't want was all these emotional comments of y'all getting past your own game. But we're gonna move on to the next game. And now Curtis has a reasonable comment. He wants to tell us the only way Philly doesn't win is if their defense doesn't come to play. Okay, now you back talking sensible because earlier you was talking like just cocky cowboy. And if you haven't heard this statement, and I'm sorry, but it was so spot on. Stephen A said, if a bomb dropped on the world and everything blew up and died, the only thing that would survive is rats, roaches, and Cowboys fans. And I believe that. And I don't believe just in general Cowboys fans. It's those ones. See, not the Kels.
Okay. I gotta get you back on track. Let's go to. We ain't even got to the Cowboy game, and you own these boys. So let's go.
That's who's in the comments.
But stay on. You gotta stay on track. We're not. They talking about Philly. They was talking about Philly and New York, and you start getting on them about being Cowboy fans. Let's go.
Because that's what they said. They were not just talking about Philly and New York. Don't discount me. They were not. They specifically said they wanted them to lose so they could get a home game. Okay. They specifically that's for them.
I got you. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. They get you in a different emotional state. You already started right here. Now they're gonna take you there.
I need to just delete them.
Nah, we appreciate them being here. Let's go.
All right, so everybody in agreement right now, but Derek, you said you might change your mind in the app.
I picked Philly to win the Super Bowl, so as long as Hurts out there, I'm riding with Philly.
All right, the next game is the matchup we didn't really get to have in week 17. Where it started out, but we didn't get to see it. But now we get that matchup again, but we get it in Buffalo. And the oddest thing, that's all I ran into tonight in the airport. And I was confused. I don't know if they were coming or going, but like it was a ton of people in Buffalo gear in the airport. They don't play till Sunday, but who knows? Bills Mafia is strong. But it was like a ton of Bills fans in the airport today. And so that was odd, but we do know, we as in Derek, Coach Pat, we do know that there are the Buffalo Bills fans, the Mafia, they actually buy season tickets and then go home and go to the games. It's like that's their commitment. You know what I mean? And so a lot of them fly in.
They don't live in Buffalo. They come.
Yeah, they don't.
They come.
Correct. They come in from all over and go to the games because you have to connect in. And so we met a bunch of different people from both ways of flying there. And that's just part of their commitment. But I still think Cincinnati showed me some things last week that are opposite of what we saw in week 17, because everybody was feeling like in week 17, they were just scoring with ease and they were just going to be perfection right on back to the game again. But I'm gonna go with the Bills at home. Still that heavy momentum, riding with them. Two high-powered offenses, but I really think the Bills could get it done this weekend. Coach,
man, this is should be very fun because both teams are on winning streaks per se. Both teams are actually doing great things on their offensive end. You got two quarterbacks that aren't scared of the moment. It took Josh Allen to go through some stuff to get to where he was. Burrow just popped on the scene after the ACL injury. And here we go. This is the matchup that we have. Now it's in a different venue. Now Buffalo's going to be fired up because of things that happened during the course of the year, as far as snowstorms, having to replace home games in Detroit and stuff like that early in the year. So they're going to be fired up for this particular game. So you chose the home team. I've been going with Cincinnati for 10 weeks straight now? 9-10 weeks straight. I've been going for Buffalo 9-10 weeks straight. So I'm kind of in an entanglement. So
he admitted.
Yeah, I had to do that. Yeah. But having said that, I am going to lean towards the Buffalo Bills from the simple fact they're at home and they're going to have their emotional high of Hamlin coming in there and possibly showing his face there. But that's not a knock on Cincinnati from the aspect of their offensive line. They lost another lineman, I think, last week, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm a little worried about 3 offensive linemen on that and go with Ed Oliver and the Buffalo Bills D-line doing work.
Yeah, this will be a really, really good game. This is going to be another tight one. It's going to be interesting to see, of course, because the first game got held up or canceled, should I say. So I agree with you with the emotions being high. I agree with everything that, even the comments and that the listeners or viewers are saying about Cincinnati. Coach, I've been riding with Buffalo since I think week 1. So correct. I'm not abandoning the ship. I'm staying on the Buffalo train. They have maybe concerned with how they've been playing. It's leveled out, but I think emotions will be high. If this game was in Cincy, I would ride with Cincy, but since it's in Buffalo, I'm going to go Buffalo.
Same.
And I think that's the edge they need.
Yeah.
Right.
Because for as much as you could say, Curtis definitely, brought up about he feels like Buffalo was at their max last week. I don't know. I just think sometimes you get off, but then you find a way to win. You know, you find a way to win.
Same thing with Cincinnati. They found a way to win on
Both,
that fumble.
and that's exactly where I was going. For as much as you make that, they are tit for tat in those arguments. For whatever argument you had against Buffalo about last week, it's the same one.
Same thing.
For it's the exact same one. Yeah. And so now, since I know that's what you've been waiting on all night, let's get to this game. And so you can all have your comments. I'm sure all of you are picking the Cowboys because what you're waiting to tell me. Kevin has told me. Gonzalez has told me. Curtis has told me. Is there anybody who's not picking the Cowboys? So maybe we should start with you because I'm picking the 49ers. And nothing about the Cowboys is the reason why I'm picking the 49ers. I was picking the 49ers no matter who they was playing. I can honestly say if they playing the Eagles, I'm probably picking the 49ers because I don't know how you score against that defense. So everybody get yourself together and jump in and tell me right now. We'll put you up there and spotlight you. So you already know that this week I'm picking the 49ers because DeMeco Ryans is coaching his behind off. And yes, they have the personnel, but he is killing it. Okay. He was the example of a tale of two halves.
Correct.
Because
I was just about to hit that point.
Half, the game was just looking like a divisional playoff game, a regular division game, two teams playing tight. And he came out and he smashed a foot on them, like to the point of embarrassment. And the thing about it is, it's one thing when you getting dominated 4 quarters. It's another thing when a team come out after halftime and make you hate you played the first half because you're still trying to figure out what happened. So I'm not even about Purdy. I think Purdy gonna do his job. You know, they got great coaching on offense. That is truly a system in San Fran, which I've been saying all along, which I told people about Jimmy. That's what it is. The system works in San Fran, and that's just a fact. So they put the energy on the D and the system on offense. So I'm going with the 49ers. Coach?
Everything you said, I agree. I was just getting ready to say about the tale of the two halves. And we, us three, we're always in the group chat. We're talking, doing certain games, whatever, with adjustments. We talk about adjustments. DeMeco Ryans adjust to games. I mean, Shanahan adjusts to games. I mean, anytime you have 3 quarterbacks and even get to this point in the running in the run game that they have, they're able. And then I think I said it in the group chat this week. Christian McCaffrey is healthy. When is the last time we've ever heard that he's actually healthy? And he's a weapon in the pass game, in the run game, and things like that. From the aspect, Purdy, he's been coached up real well. Regardless of what you say, you can say, well, Purdy's Mr. Irrelevant or whatever. He's not supposed to be this good, or actually been. No matter what talent he's around, he's not supposed to be doing this good in that aspect of it. By the way, I do want DeMeco Ryans to be the next Texans coach, but whatever.
Move on. Stop wasting your time.
I know. But in the Dallas aspect of it is, which Dallas team are you going to get? Are you going to get the one that's going to be consistent in trying to run the ball or try to get Dak to pass the ball 20, 40, 50 times? Which team you're going to have in that? And I want to see what the adjustments are going to be from that aspect, because Dan Quinn is going to try to, be creative to get Purdy off. But I think Shanahan is going to be an answer for that. So I'm going with San Francisco by the same 10 that Holmes said.
So let's be clear, Gonzalez. It's nothing emotional because when he left the Texans, he went to the Eagles. So if anything, whatever. It's just a fact. And numbers don't lie. DeMeco has put teams in such a bad position, they don't even win the next week after they play them. Okay. Every team that the 49ers beat also lost the next week too. Okay. So that's nothing to do with emotional. That's just facts. Whether you like the team or not, it just is what it is.
And the game is in San Fran.
And I think there's some people that are really missing the point of what we're saying about when they beat Seattle. And one of those is that you're saying that Seattle, Geno Smith Gonzalez, you were like, well, you were expecting Geno to play bad. There's a difference between playing bad and a team dominating you. Like you have to acknowledge when you're being dominated. And I'm gonna let D Jones go ahead and speak on his pick because it's about time for him to get that in.
Because I was letting y'all have it, but Seattle didn't get dominated. That was a clear turn in that game.
Correct.
And it was during a drive in which they was in a great position to score and had a turnover, and it just crumbled after that. So I wouldn't say they wouldn't have got dominated, but I mean it happens. So yeah, I expect Dallas to be able to. Their offense can move the ball. I'm not gonna say I expect them to. Their offense can move the ball. This should be a good game. Coach, to answer your question, when the last time we saw McCaffrey healthy, the last time he didn't have all the burden on his shoulders, his early seasons in Carolina, he was not the only running back.
Had a great tight end.
It was a tandem. But it was a tandem in the backfield.
Mike Davis.
The 49ers have 3 that they can probably put back there.
Correct.
So then you're able to put McCaffrey in the slot and still keep Elijah in the backfield. They have weapons that's going to take what some of the guys are talking about. Purdy should be the last of your concern because Purdy is not the one that's going to win this game. The rest of the people around him, Kittle, like I said, Elijah, Debo. let's keep going with all these weapons.
And here's a further point to what you're saying, Derek. Remove Purdy and just put anybody under center. The 49ers find a way to.
Jimmy G did it last year.
Not even just that. I'm talking about to the Super Bowl. You got Jimmy G making it off the defensive game and the running game, not being the QB. So that can't be the goal that you have because they've proven they can get there without dynamic touchdown play.
I'm gonna give Purdy love. I'm gonna say, Purdy, you can't just put anybody at this stage of the game back there. Purdy is playing within the system and he's not making mistakes.
Correct.
Where typically Jimmy G would mess things up when he tried to do too much and go outside the system. Purdy is playing within the system. He's not making mistakes because he's playing within the system. And as long as that system is there and that system is thriving and that defense is keeping them in the game, it's a problem. So I think this will be a good game. I expect the Cowboys to show up. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Cowboys will be competitive, but it does have potential to be. Now, let's not get it wrong. They have potential to do that. And then I'll go ahead and give my pick so we can get to some of the people that's chatting. My pick is 49ers. So you can go ahead and jump on it.
You asked
y'all want to respond.
Kevin, I don't know. See, this is my point. Y'all don't want to watch the show all season. And now you want to come on here. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, you want to come on tonight and you want me to discuss the week schedule as we discussed it every week. And so at the end of the day, you play who's on the schedule. Don't act like
Tampa is
and the schedule don't matter. The schedule at this point of the game, the schedule don't matter. It's 1-0.
Exactly.
It's win or go home.
And if we use schedule, then you want me to insult your win last week by saying you beat a team barely over 500? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say you guys put out a great effort. Dak played his butt off. Defense got hot, and you won. Period. Now, Lion Leo, go lay down. Because we done told you, okay?
You and these Leos, man. It's January.
Chilling. Okay. So he said Dallas defense made sense. Dallas defense.
Fournette and Debo ain't the same, but okay.
Hold on, wait. The running scheme for Tampa has been, D. Jones hates the word, trash all season.
I hate the word when you're talking about people.
I know,
you
but
can call the
I'm
system
just saying.
trash.
I know. The whole run game. But then we're talking about an elite run game compared to what Leonard Fournette has done all year long. We just gave you 3 running backs. We just gave you 3. We gave you 3, and then we gave you.
Debo is a receiver that's a running back. It's the system,
right? And then we gave you.
And
then we gave you a tight end
on top of the talent.
And then we gave you the left tackle who's been blocking. We're not saying we didn't say Parsons and them was going to get completely shut down. We just said
it's gonna be a great game.
I know. That's one. We're just saying. We're just stating our pick. We're just saying what's going to happen because Dallas.
Brandon,
they even said Dallas is in.
Hold on. We only addressing the comments because we like our viewers and we want to engage with them and give them a space to say how they feel. But we ain't justifying our picks.
Right.
We said what we said. You don't go in circles about your pick. You said your pick and you said why. If they got a problem with it, we love it. I'm here for it. That's they pick and their logic.
Exactly.
So we discussing what they want to talk about, but you ain't got to justify your pick to them. Never. We done made emotional picks before. And some of them are making one this weekend.
Plus, we've seen your record, and most of your picks have no justification.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's enough.
Taking chances.
I'm just saying.
This ain't no chance.
This ain't no chance.
I appreciate Masara. Miss Kemp, you right. You have been on watch before, and Kevin has too when he got time. Like you said, he had time today. But in theory, we're not arguing about schedules. We arguing about who playing this weekend. The schedule is what it is this weekend. And it ain't gonna matter what happened the past 19 weeks. It's only gonna matter what happens this weekend.
One week at a time.
So and Dwayne, shout out to Dwayne. I hope you're feeling better. I know you happy about your Chiefs playing. You at 75%, but you still at the bottom of the competition. You down there with Coach Pat. Y'all can fight it out around there. D. Jones gonna have to be on it this weekend because it's getting tight.
I'm good.
And Kevin, if y'all can expose them, great for y'all. Maybe I'll see you when I see you in Arizona if that's the case. Okay.
And I'll be back next Thursday, whichever way we do it.
Yeah, whichever way it is. Well, catch us next week because I'm hoping that I
Please don't not show up if they lose. Please don't not, even if it's just for the beginning of the show.
Y'all better show up next week. And you know what? You better show up to the point where I'm telling you now, we doing Thursday. Shout out to my nephew. His state championship football banquet is next Wednesday, so I can't do y'all next Wednesday. I'm telling you now, you on a week notice. It's next Thursday. Matter of fact, y'all win. I want 2 Cowboys fans on this show. Period. I'm gonna let you talk all your noise live, not in the comments, on the show. Matter of fact, raise your hand if you're gonna be on here if you lose. Tell me you can do that.
He said $1,000 that we won't show.
No, that's Oville.
No,
he said
Oville saying they're not gonna show back. They're not gonna show.
Oh, look, here we go. See, she already telling me she ain't gonna be here. But you know what? She real deal because her daughter play basketball for Sam Houston. I feel that.
We love the kids.
I know the kids. My homies are the
just like I'm gonna be
Sam.
my nephew. So I feel you. I'm respecting that, especially since she don't even live in Texas, so she really traveling to see her baby.
They playing Stephen F. Foster. Yeah.
So that's mad respect. So anyway, that's y'all gonna do, sir.
Wow.
You know what's fascinating about this comment from Kevin? We about to get off. It's time to go. It's time to go.
He hit all of them.
I'm gonna step back on that one.
Every issue that I have. I got to give you credit, Kevin. That was a good one. He said, I'm going on a date with a short Leo Cowboy fan. And that, my dear, must have been in your dreams and my nightmares, because not in real life. But yeah.
That was good.
No, sir. And for the record, I dated some tall Cowboys fans, and thank God it's in the past tense. So with that in mind, we appreciate y'all tonight. But okay, Kevin, he said he here for the smoke. We're gonna be glad to see you next week. Shala, good luck to your daughter. I hope they get the win. And you know what? Really, Cowboys fans, good luck. I mean, regardless of who wins, we're gonna be on next week talking about the games. So at the end of the day, I lose no sleep either way. I'm just willing to stand by my convictions. So it's a good night. Coach Pat, tell the people where they can find you. Oh, wait, before we go, wait. We got Mr. Kemp. Mr. Kemp showed up, and I want to tell him we picked the Chiefs. That's Shyla's husband. They all PV grads. And good luck to your daughter next week. I just wanted to get that shout out because I appreciate y'all checking in. And Oville, we're just going to be watching from the sidelines. All right, Coach Pat, tell the people where they can find you.
Almost. It was almost believable.
Oh, Coach Pat, tell the people where they can find you.
It was almost believable.
And Coach B Pat on Twitter, Instagram.
Oh, wow. He wasn't even excited about that. D. Jones.
Crazy. Get at your boy D Jones 9804 on Instagram and that boy D Jones on Twitter. No dog in the fight, so y'all have a good week.
Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, the Gransberry. And look, if you down with the Good Day Only crew, I'm just saying thank you for being here, for joining the challenges. I got a new one coming up. You can join one in between. We appreciate all of y'all. That must be Coach Pat already back on basketball. So we got to go because he has already shot us the deuce still live on the air. It's always something with him. I swear. Anyway,
entanglement.
It's an
entanglement. You muted, so be quiet.
He done ended the show.
Get out.